Channels in my mind, finding my utopia, a different chapter in a book, thinking back to younger days as I escape in Cooper's break, takes me back to 84, the future's knocking at my door, my brain, my poor brain, my brain, my poor brain, drinking myself to sleep again. Insomnia. I'm drinking myself to sleep again. Nightmares pills to keep me sane. Drinking myself to sleep again. Insomnia.
All right. Hey, how's it going, guys? What is happening out of the gate here? Yes. All right. We are back. We are back. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Hey, yeah. Good to see you guys. Oscar the Grouch. Good to see you. Gabby, hey, good to see you. Meow, hello. Stacy P. Look at these diehards we got here. Blonderella, I miss you too. Miss all you guys. Heather, Lark, what is up? What's going on? Thank you, no problem. Yes. Just have the music on to get into the mood here. Yes, Stacy P, Gabby, hey. Yes, all right. Okay, good, great. We can hear you. Okay, great. Gonna let some people come in. Doesn't matter how many is in this room. It's all good. We're here to learn. I'm here to teach as much as possible. Hello, Raspberry Brambles. Sophie Bodrog. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Nice to meet you. All right. So let's go ahead and begin. Hello. Let's go and begin here. If you guys, yeah, hey, miss you guys too. All right. So if you guys are new to this channel, this is kind of like I don't know how to describe this channel. We're still kind of, we're about 18 months old, maybe more than that. We're kind of still experimenting exactly what direction we want to go. Probably will experiment to the end of this YouTube sort of career and whatnot. Who knows? I don't know. But we do like different videos and different topics. And I don't know. I decided to do a little bit change of pace. I've been busy the past couple months. And I decided, hey, why don't you go ahead and do some educational type material? I know in the past I've kind of focused on like crime stuff and or drama or, you know, just stuff like popular kind of topics. And I thought, well, it's all good, it's fine, but I kind of want to kind of switch things up, and I decided to go ahead and do something that I think can benefit everyone. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. You know, if you may interest you or not. I'm not sure. It's not sexy topics to talk about. That's for sure. There's other topics that folks can talk about that are more probably interesting, but I think this can benefit you. At least that's the goal of this these types of video series. Got inspired by TED Talks. We all know what TED Talks are. I looked it up actually yesterday, and I believe it's short video informative videos where it's like 18 minutes or less about certain topics. And I thought, hey, why not go ahead and do like a med talks, you know, about stuff in the psych world. I'm trying to, you know, be quick, boom, 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 the pertinence, just in and out really fast. I'm not going to try to bore anyone with some extraneous kind of stuff. We all will lose attention, so on. So this may help you out. I don't know, but this topic tonight is a very important topic. I kind of chose this time also, to be honest with you, on purpose. Well, first, number one, I just got out of town, came back from out of town. So I actually literally came here like 15 minutes ago. Had to change my clothes. I'm rocking my Van Houston shirt, pair of yellows tie. Boom. I'm kind of looking professional, sort of, not really. But anyways, it is what it is. So we got that. But I also did this on really at 10 o'clock. It's kind of late. There's some folks out there who right now are on the East Coast and they may be going to bed, but they can't. Why? It's because maybe they have insomnia. Maybe it's something that they've been dealing with. Maybe one of you people here in this chat maybe dealing with insomnia. So I thought I would talk about the treatment of insomnia. What we kind of sort of focus on in terms of the treatments and how to sort of tackle it. It's a very difficult topic, honestly, because, I'm looking back at sort of my career thus far and kind of going back many, many, many centuries ago, back in the Mesozoic era, when I was in med school. I don't remember learning anything about sleep medicine. It's one of those courses that was never really taught. And I actually kind of talked to a couple of my colleagues just the other day, and they're also in the medical field, doctors, and they say the same thing. They went to different medical schools. Same thing. Sleep medicine is something that's really not even discussed or talked about. There's a lot of topics out there that I wish was more in the curriculum. This is one of them. Another topic which I'm going to be tackling pretty soon is kidnapping and victimization and what trafficking. That's not talked about. That's definitely one video that's coming down the road in the future, hopefully soon. I don't know when. But anyways, there's many different topics, and this is one of them, insomnia. So let's go ahead and begin. Yeah, hey, good to see you, Ann Liebert. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Julie Travis, good to see you guys. Let's go ahead and begin then, all right? So insomnia. So let's just talk first, what is insomnia? And by the way, when I say insomnia, we're talking about chronic insomnia, okay? We're not talking about acute insomnia where, for example, if you're involved in a major accident, of course, you'll have a hard time sleeping, the next night or two, that sort of thing, right? This is more chronic where you've been having difficulty sleeping for the past couple of months, maybe even years or whatnot. And usually insomnia, you want to capture two things. Number one, just a core definition. Number one is that you either have a difficulty initiating or falling asleep and or maintaining sleep, just throughout the night, maintaining sleep. And also you want to capture the following day some residual symptoms as a result of you're not sleeping the night before. These symptoms include irritability, difficulty concentrating, fatigue. So really that's kind of like, I guess, a basic definition of insomnia. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine, their guidelines, they have defined actually chronic insomnia to be where you capture at least three times a week to where you'll have either difficulty falling asleep or maintaining a sleep, and then having those symptoms the following day, which I talked about, the irritability, the fatigue or concentration, or something like residual symptoms, something like that, where it affects because you didn't sleep well the night before. So that's what the American Academy of Sleep Medicine has defined chronic insomnia to be. Insomnia affects 10 to 15% of individuals around the world, which might sound like a low number, but think about it, 10 to 15% out of the entire world population. That's actually a lot. So it definitely is something that's really a debilitating condition. And again, it's really, really not that talked about. I mean, when was the last time you went to see your doctor and your doctor was focusing on your sleep? It's more of the other types of, symptoms, not to undermine anything else, but rarely is sleep really that focused. Insomnia, unfortunately, it has a lot of comorbidities, and it has a lot of sort of problems associated with it. It can interfere with your cognitive processing, your thinking. It can make you, like I said before, make you feel more irritable, make you more short-tempered. It can cause folks to get into accidents, motor vehicle accidents. You can see a higher rate of absenteeism at work. People may call in sick. You can see also, speaking of work, decrease in productivity at work. It can also cause interpersonal conflicts, whether domestically speaking or occupationally speaking, or socially, wherever you're at, where the individual at. It can kind of cause a lot of tension. And so it really is a big deal, and it's something that's really, again, underlooked, but very, very, very important. So it causes, in short, it causes a lot of problems. This may be obvious, but I kind of want to make sure we cover everything. So, insomnia, there's a strong association, comorbidities with insomnia, with anxiety and depression, psychiatric comorbidities associated with insomnia. Also, you can see insomnia being associated, high correlation, it can be associated with suicidality, substance abuse, and on the flip side, medically speaking, it can be associated with high blood pressure, what we call hypertension, diabetes, cardiac issues, events, MI or heart attacks. It just overall can affect your overall quality of life. So again, it's very, very associated and can be very debilitating also. Yeah, I mean, high blood pressure increases risk of stroke, heart disease, pain, diabetes. I mean, the list goes on and on. Breathing problems, urinary problems, headaches. So again, it is a big deal. And bet you didn't know this. Maybe some of you guys knew this. I don't know, but short-term and long-term insomnia can also increase your risk of dementia, believe it or not. So that is definitely something that isn't really talked about, but something to kind of keep in the back of your mind. So you want to go ahead and try to really get optimal sleep if you can. I know it's easier than done. And in this video, I'm going to tell you sort of the treatments, the limited treatments we have at least, or how to tackle insomnia. It's a very, very difficult topic that's really not talked about. So like I said, it just ruins your overall quality of life overall. It impairs your overall functioning during the day. I mentioned about, it can affect also your immune system. Accidents can happen also. So in a nutshell, it increases societal costs, the healthcare costs and whatnot. So, all right. So that's just basically a background of insomnia. Now let's talk about the actual treatments. Now, insomnia is something that the way I handle medicine in real life, when I actually see someone for the first time, please don't look at this as an insult or anything like that, but I kind of look at someone and I kind of picture like an onion, and there's different layers you kind of peel beneath it, and then you have the core inside, So same thing like with different topics of medicine, and insomnia is no different. So with insomnia, I kind of look at this and I say, hey, okay, what could be causing the sleep problem? What could be causing the individual to not, fall asleep when he or she wants to fall asleep, or not be able to maintain, longitudinally speaking, the length of the sleep, and what is it? So I first look at the outside of the onion and explore that first. And the first thing I look at is just the environment. Some of this also may be common sense. I apologize, but again, I'm just being very thorough of how I take this approach. But number one, I look at the environment. It's very crucial. A lot of folks just don't even look at this. But something as simple as is the temperature in your room? Is it set at an optimal sort of setting to where you feel comfortable? You're not too hot or not too cold. The noise level. Do you have anyone next door that's playing video games, Call of Duty at night, that's keeping you up? Or maybe you may have a partner that may be snoring. That can definitely kind of interfere with your sleep architecture. That's important. Another thing also, going off the environment, is just simply as like your phone. I'm kind of guilty as charged here. A lot of times I'll be laying in bed and I'll be kind of like just surfing my phone and kind of looking at I don't know, Kim Kardashian. No, I don't know. Whatever, just anything on the phone. And the light, the lumens of the light, it reflects. There's been studies that show that can interfere with your sleep-wake cycle. So I kind of generally tell my patients to go ahead and put the phone down at least a half an hour to an hour before you sleep. Same thing with TV also. It's just there's studies that show that the light, the reflection of the lumens radiating from into your, it can interfere properly with you able to sleep. So you want to go ahead and close your TV and close the phone, anything with a screen, so that with light coming out of it. Other things also in the environment is, something simple as drugs, cigarettes, nicotine. If you're smoking the nicotine, of course, nicotine is activating, can make you stay up, or vice versa. If you're like really a heavy smoker, hey, look, I'll be honest. I mean, the withdrawal and whatnot. If you wanted to go ahead and get up in the middle of the night and smoke, That can definitely interfere. Caffeinated products on the same notion. I tell my patients, cut it out after 7 p.m. That's just kind of what I say in general. Of course, here I am, I'm drinking my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You're really not following that, but I can sleep any hour. I work so hard, I can sleep any hour. But no, you want to go ahead and cut out caffeine, any sort of caffeinated products after a certain time. So basically, environmental things you want to sort of look at and sort of rule out and make sure that that's not going. Okay, so that's like kind of the outside of the onion. Underneath that, we peel that, then you kind of look more, and then you look at more are there like any medical issues or medical situations that may be causing your insomnia? A lot of folks out there haven't had a good medical workup. They haven't even seen a primary doctor to go get a checkup. There's several medical conditions out there to where it can mimic insomnia. I mean, there's so many out there. I mean, pain, hyperthyroid can create insomnia. Sleep apnea is another one. If you're not sleeping, if you're not breathing properly, if you're having periods where you're apneic and you stop breathing temporarily, that can definitely interrupt with your sleep ability to sleep properly. And so there's treatments for that. Likewise for the hyperthyroidism or for a medical condition, you want to go ahead and get a good medical workup. And if there is a medical condition going on that's creating the insomnia, you want to go ahead and then treat that. Because if you don't, and if you just jump to, like, say, the Ambiens and so on, which we'll get to later, you're going to still have issues with sleeping. You still will wake up and it won't be you have that sort of refreshed sort of sleep that you would like to have. Okay, so again, just a basic simple medical workup, making sure exploring if there's any sort of causes for that insomnia. And then lastly, inside the middle, the core of the onion, now we're looking at sort of core insomnia. And we used to kind of call it, we used to differentiate it between like primary and secondary insomnia. I don't think they do that anymore, at least to my knowledge. I haven't heard that in a long time. Maybe I'm wrong. What does that mean? Primary is basically like just idiopathic insomnia, the core insomnia, where it's not related to anything in the environment or medically or anything like that. Secondary is more, there's a cause for that, whether it's like an environmental cause or a medical cause. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention also, a lot of people bypass is that sometimes also they may be on medications, for example, stimulants, Adderall, where they may take even Adderall XR, even they take it in the morning, or Concerta, because it's got a very long half-life to where it's still in their system. Next, they're having a hard time sleeping. So you have to look at that and say, oh, could this be creating some of my symptoms? Yes, it's controlling my ADHD, but hey, we have a new problem now. We can't sleep now. I can't sleep now at night. So, but anyways, going back to what I was saying, so primary is more idiopathic, where the cause is really unknown, and secondary, that's you can find causes. And I believe, and don't quote me on this, but just in my experience, it seems like most insomnias, I would say probably just in my clinical experience, I would say at least 90%, 85 to 90%, there's always some sort of cause creating that insomnia. It's very rare, maybe 5 to 10% or so, at least in my experience, where I think this was called idiopathic, where the cause is unknown. And so that's where you kind of start now, then thinking about, okay, what can we do to help this individual out? Obviously, there's nothing from the environment that's creating the insomnia. There's nothing medically that's creating the insomnia. Not doing any sort of drugs, not any sort of medications to keep this individual up. So how can we treat him or her out? And really, there's, I guess we can break it down into a couple of two forms of treatment: non-pharmacological and pharmacological. And non-pharmacological basically means no medication, not medication. Pharmacological means more like drugs, medication. So I like to generally kind of start first with non-pharmacological. Sort of, I myself, I mean, the way I like to practice is I kind of like, I myself, I mean, just full disclosure, I kind of like to avoid medication myself, unless if I really, really need it. That's just the way kind of my philosophy. Other folks may be different. Other folks may be more biologic and change the symptoms. But I kind of look at more for non-pharmacological. And this also applies to other conditions aside from insomnia. It can apply to like depression, anxiety. I like to go ahead and just go for it with therapies. So when we talk non-pharmacological treatments of insomnia, so we were talking earlier about environmental things. So if there is something environmentally going on, like for example, if Johnny is your son is playing the Call of Duty late at night, you got to cut that out because it's waking you up, or your hubby's like snoring or whatever. You've got to go ahead and change your environment a little to go ahead and optimize your sleep environment so that we can try to avoid the sleep problems, right? So that's the first thing. And likewise, it goes on and on. I mean, caffeine or nicotine or whatever, if you can identify something, environmentally speaking, you got to modify that and change it to your advantage to improve your sleep. Now, there's nothing that you can figure out environmentally speaking, or even medically. Like, for example, if you don't have like sleep apnea, where you don't need a CPAP machine, or if you don't have any medical conditions, then non-pharmacological treatment for insomnia, it consists of a couple of different kinds of therapies. There's various different kinds of therapies. One we've heard of time and time again. We've heard of cognitive therapy. You guys probably heard of CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive therapy here. Basically, what is that? You just take cognitive or intellectual strategies to sort of identify any sort of what we call cognitive distortions, which are basically irrational thinking patterns that may be, keeping us at night. That may be in our heads. That's just, making us ruminate and worry and think about it again and again. So through cognitive therapy, you go ahead and identify any sort of cognitive distortions, irrational thinking patterns, any automated thoughts, any sort of automatic sort of thinking, to where you identify that and you sort of modify that into more acceptable forms, healthier forms, to help your reality out, so that you can sleep better, so that you won't be as anxiety prone, you won't have all this neurosis and whatnot. So that's one sort of technique, is the cognitive therapy that is out there. That's pretty commonplace now these days. Another kind of type of therapy is stimulus control therapy. What is that? I guess the best way to sort of describe that is there's this technique called the Bootsin technique. I'll spell it Bootzin. I actually learned this in med school. It's like in med school, like there's only a couple of things I remember. Tragic, traumatic memories. But anyways, what is the Bootsin technique? Basically, stimulus control therapy is kind of like where you're trying to train your brain, I guess. For example, the Bootsin technique, they tell you that if you're having a hard time, you lay down in bed, you're having a hard time sleeping, well, get up and do something, be active, go somewhere, keep your mind busy with something or some activity. And then when you're tired, go back to bed. And then if you still can't sleep, okay, then get up again and do another activity or do something. So you're basically tiring your brain out and trying to, how do you say it, condition your brain so that you'll fall asleep at the right time and faster and sooner, or over time. It's kind of like modifying, I guess, your brain's shut off time, I guess. But that's basically what the Bootsin technique is. It's called stimulus control therapy. That's another type of therapy. And another one, I mean, there's many different kinds. I mean, biofeedback. There's also relaxation training, mindful meditation, techniques aimed to sort of reduce the arousal state, the state of arousal where you're up and so on. So there's many different kinds of therapies out there. The problem though is that it's effective in about 30 to 50% of cases. Just like with depression and anxiety, I mean, therapy is great. I love therapy myself. I love doing therapy. They got us docs more in the role of sort of farm guys now, just pushing out drugs and pills, which is the way I get it. I understand it's the way the systems work, more biologically and driven and whatnot. And they certainly want to reserve the resource for doctors or for more. But still, the therapies though, it's effective only 30 to 50%. Just like with depression, same thing. It's the efficacy rate is kind of not as high as we would like it. Why is that? Well, maybe it's because the person doing the therapy may not be as trained, or it's hard to find a good, cognitive therapist out there, or it might be simply that the assignments may be too laborious for the individual to do the tasks. You have to give like homework assignments and assignment. So a lot of folks, what is this? Well, I don't want to do. It's just too cumbersome for a lot of folks. I know in when I saw my friend hurt himself, he had this PT, he had to do all these exercises. He was like, whoa, I got to do all these exercises, and it was just a struggle for him. So I can understand how like it can also be likewise given all these assignments. So that's why a lot of times the compliance to these recommendations, homework assignments, and so on, sometimes it's not as good as we want it to. So that's why you see this sort of failure. Well, I shouldn't say failure, but this sort of lower sort of success rate. So that's really kind of one area of treatment for the insomnia, more of the non-pharmacological treatments of insomnia. Now, the other side is more of the commonplace. We live in a biological society, unfortunately. A lot of times, we're biologically driven. That's just the way it is. It's a quick, immediate gratification, or I should say, not immediately, but quicker than the non-farm. The non-farm is much more longer if it's going to work, right? So really the pharmacological treatments, there's different classes. And the way I like to kind of devise it is just kind of break it down, again, like in sort of two sections. And one area is more like what's called the benzodiazepines. These are the drugs that I myself am not a big fan of. It's got its time. I think it's got its time and place for certain situations. For example, if you're in a very tragic accident and you have all this anxiety, or if you witness a gunshot in front of you, or something really, it can be very distressing, and you can be very, very panicky and having all these panic. Cool, I get that. Okay, benzos right there. Benzodiazepines are base medications to where they're very, very strong. These are like the Ativans. You might have heard of this. I don't even know if you guys have heard of these medications. Ativan, Valium, Xanax. I've probably heard of Xanax. The problem is that these are can be habit-forming medications. People get addicted to it. They can also be kind of dangerous if you sort of use it long-term. It can potentially cause respiratory depression, interfere with your breathing. It can also cause cognitive dulling, where you're not as sharp, kind of foggy. Sometimes also in elderly patients, it can cause, or even like patients with disabilities. I've seen a lot developmental disabilities where it causes like this sort of paradoxical disinhibition, where you have the opposite effect, where you're just more agitated and angry and more irritable and so on. So I'm not a big fan of benzodiazepines. I know there are a lot of docs out there, and again, I think it's got its time and place. I wouldn't say no if there's alcoholics and you're trying to taper and wean them off and so on. I get that. You don't want to go ahead and die from like sort of alcohol withdrawal or even benzo withdrawal or barbiturate withdrawal. I get that, but I myself, just the way I practice is I'm kind of limited. But there's other docs out there. But I don't, for insomnia, long story short, I don't even entertain the thought of benzos. It's very, very rare, unless if it was something that was very drastic, traumatic, instantaneous, something very violent, something where it's very, very, okay, we got to really, really get this, pinned down. I hate to say it, but that's sort of more what I reserve the benzos. Now, the other kind of category is more like the non-benzos. And there's different sort of, I guess, underneath. I wish I had fancy charts. I wish I had fancy graphics. Like I said, I came here just about 30 minutes ago, and I'm doing this, which I don't mind. I love doing this teaching, but just in your mind picture. And so there's different categories in this non-benzodiazepine class. And the most common we've all heard, if you go to like your family practice doctors, internal medicine doctors, or the hypnotic agents, these are like Ambiens, the Lunestas. Those are great. They have a better, more favorable safety profile compared to the benzodiazepines, like the Xanaxes, the Ativans. And again, I'm not bashing like the Xanax or Ativan or any of those medications, but I'm just saying that in general for insomnia, the non-benzos, they call it, I've heard the term Z drug before. That's Z is named after Zolpidem, which is the generic name for Ambien. But yeah, the Ambiens and Lunestas, those drugs, they have a better safety profile. They're associated with less habituation symptoms, less dependency, less withdrawal, less daytime grogginess. You don't have to worry too much about the respiratory depression or the paradoxical disinhibition, the opposite effect, and so on. So it's a little bit cleaner. Oh, and also I forgot to mention with the benzos, going back to those, you also worry about falls, notorious for having increased fall risks. With these other ones, the Ambien's on, you have less of that. You don't see that. Now that being said, though, if you use it chronically, if you use it chronically and long term, then you can have like these side effects that I was talking about with the benzos that you're having. You can have that long term. These medications, again, these hypnotics are more kind of designed for short term, just to go ahead and regulate and get your sleep-wake cycle back in effect, back to where it should be. But I've seen so many clients that come to me, so many patients, and Johnny or Sally is on Ambien, and they've been on Ambien for like many years. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? Fine. I mean, situations happen where I get it. People are different, and maybe Johnny or Sally has tried every other option, but it's unusual. It's not the sort of standard sort of practice of medicine, I guess. You don't want to try to be on these medications long term because, again, like I said before, it can have those side effects like those benzos can have, where you have cognitive dysfunction and dependency issues. And it can be kind of nasty and not clean, respiratory suppression, and so on. The other thing also about these hypnotics, going back to the Ambien and like Luna says that I think there's also they can have like a warning to where you can have like a risk of amnestic sleep episodes. And what is amnestic sleep episodes? That's basically where like like where you have these episodes where you don't know what you're doing. You kind of wake up and your memory is kind of foggy. You're not sure what. So next thing you know, you're like eating, in a stupor, or you're shopping or texting, whatever, or you're doing something that you're not even aware of. I want to say I'm like a crime time kind of guy myself. This channel has done sort of crime cases, and I want to say there was a case. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. It just slipped my mind. I was thinking about this all day long. But I think there was a famous case, maybe not famous, but there was a case I saw, one of those Dateline 48-hour cases where I think it was a woman or someone, that was trying to blame Ambien for causing her to do something that she wasn't aware of that resulted in death. And I can kind of see that happening, because I have heard situations like that with this amnestic sort of sleep episode. So, anyways, I'll probably, right when I hang up this live, I'll probably remember what the case was. But anyway, so moving on to other medication treatments for insomnia. So we talked about the benzodiazepines, which and then we talked about the hypnotics like Ambiens, Lunestas. There's other ones on the kind of the non-benzo side. Melatonin. Melatonin is something that's underrated. It's kind of more of a hit or miss. And it's one of those things where, melatonin is natural hormone that our brain produces that controls the circadian rhythm, the sleep-wake cycle. So there's melatonin, and also along with that, you have a melatonin receptor agonist, Remeltion. So you got that as an option. I believe in Europe it's something else. I can't remember the name on the top of my head. I wish I did more research on this, but anyways, there's something similar to Remeltion, which is similar melatonin receptor agonist. Basically, it just works with a melatonin receptor. And then other medications out there, you can go ahead and use like, they use like antidepressants now these days also, like old school antidepressants. They call it tricyclic antidepressants. And these are like doxepin, trazodone is another one. Technically, these are antidepressants. Again, old school, like back in the day, they used it. However, now these days, I rarely see anyone. Like for example, I've yet to meet someone who comes and says, "Yeah, I'm taking a trazodone just for depression." Usually now, trazodone these days are used for insomnia. Same thing with doxepin. Another one is Elavil. Elavil can be also good for pain, chronic pain, and depression, and insomnia. I had to take Elavil once. I have a history of migraines, and it's pretty tired. It can make you really tired and stuff. But the problem with these medications is that these the antidepressants, these old school tricyclic antidepressants, they can cause cardiac conduction defects. They can kind of mess with your cardiac rhythm. So you got to kind of be careful. If you do low dosage, you're fine. But sometimes you have to go up, higher. I've had some military folks I've seen that just had as you can understand, really bad sleep. And so next thing you know, Johnny's on like trazodone, like 450 or something really, really kind of high like that. You don't want to go too. So you got to be kind of careful about that. But that's also an option for sleep. A lot of times now these days they also use what we call atypical antipsychotics, such as again, these are meds you may have heard, you may not. Zyprexa, Seroquel is another one. Saffris is a new kid on the block, or relatively new. All of these are sedating in nature. I'm not a big fan. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of Zyprexa or Seroquel because it can kind of cause what's called metabolic syndrome, make you feel very, very hungry, gain a lot of weight, increase risk of diabetes. You might have seen on TV a couple of years ago, maybe a lot of lawsuit commercials about Zyprexa, increase with diabetes. So, but that's an option. A lot of times people use lower dosages. A lot of times you can use it for insomnia. Again, I'm not a big fan of that, but it is used. Also, blood pressure medications, such as, two on the top of my head, clonidine. That is a blood pressure medication. Technically, see that given a lot like in hospitals. Folks who are new to the hospital, it's not their own bed at home, so they have a hard time falling asleep because they're in a new environment. A lot of times hospitals, you'll see them, get clonidine, 0.1 milligrams, for example, and then they'll these things they fall asleep. It's good for sleep initiation. I've noticed clonidine. Another one is prazosin. That's also technically a blood pressure medication, and that is good, geared more for PTSD, nightmares. So you kind of gear, what you're looking at. Are you trying to sort of treat what sort of symptoms you're trying to treat? Trying to kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone with what medications you kind of go with. And toward the very end, I'll kind of tell you what I do, as sort of a rule of thumb, the way I sort of operate. That may help, may not, I don't know. But there's other medications out there. Another medication that I've been using lately, gabapentin. It's like a jack of all kind of trades medication. It can be given for sleep. It can be given for insomnia, seizures, mood instability, headaches. It can be given for a lot of pain, a lot of things. That has sedative properties to it. And then likewise, there's anxiety medications. Oh, I forgot to mention Benadryl also is notorious. Sometimes Benadryl, though, can cause the opposite effect. I've seen that more so with the developmentally disabled population, though I've seen in other types of cases also. But we can have the opposite effect. Medicine is not black or white; it's gray. So just because it happens more frequently in this population doesn't mean it can happen to you. But due to the histamine blockade, it can create a lot of sedation, sedative properties. So a lot of times Benadryl is solely given for insomnia, not just rash or whatever. But alongside with that, there's also medications for her. Maybe not. Again, I don't know who I'm speaking to. I may be speaking to some folks who are healthcare professionals. I have no idea who my audience is, but I'm just kind of going through just entirely what I'm here to share, my knowledge. But along with Benadryl in the category, you've got Vistaril, hydroxyzine, Atarax. They're all the same basically. Different forms of hydroxyzine, Atarax, and Vistaril. Basically hydroxyzine, but they're basically the same thing, and they work similarly like Benadryl when they block the histamine receptor to where you can sleep. But also it has the additive effect of also helping with anxiety. The Vistaril, the Atarax, the hydroxyzine. So yeah, those are the medications. And I was actually shocked because I didn't know about this last category. They're actually doing now more experimental medications. Every day they're trying, come up with newer things. A lot of these sleep medications, let's be honest, a lot of them kind of have the sort of the nasty sort of groggy kind of effect you have, and it doesn't work well because you may find the right medication, oh no, but then the next day you kind of feel kind of groggy and tired. When you feel groggy and tired, you may be taking naps, right during the day. And then as a result, you won't be able to sleep at night properly. So you're kind of chasing a symptom. You chase a symptom, get on medication, and then you create a new symptom where you have daytime sleeping, and then it worsens your anxiety, your insomnia, and so on. That was another thing, by the way. Daytime naps can definitely interfere with your sleep at night, create insomnia. So you definitely want reduce or eliminating sort of daytime naps. But there's now these days there's newer medications coming out, and I didn't know about this one right here. There's these two medications which I was kind of shocked at, and I never heard of them before. Psych Guy even is surprised. I try to keep up with journals and articles, but sometimes also when I get too comfortable in terms of like my field, I kind of like will prescribe some medications, and I'll kind of like lose sight of other options and so on. But apparently there's something I never heard of this. I talked to a couple of my colleagues, they never heard of it. My friend who's a family practice doctor has heard of it, and I think it's been out a couple of years now. And he hasn't started any of his patients on it, but he's had patients come to him on these medications. But these are actually pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool. I'm going to read this off. The two medications in particular that I never heard of before, I'll spell it out. It's suvorexant, 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 and lemborexant, lemborexant. And again, I never heard of this before. I was like, wow, this is kind of cool doing this video because, you know, I've actually learned something new. Not only is it kind of fun to kind of teach this stuff, but this is kind of new. I can keep that in my back pocket because I didn't realize they were out there. But apparently the FDA approved for both insomnias associated with difficulty initiating and or maintaining sleep. Remember how insomnia, you can either have difficulty falling asleep or difficulty maintaining sleep, right? So apparently these two medications, suvorexant and lemborexant, are FDA approved for both insomnias, with both difficulty initiating and or maintaining sleep. I got to do more research on this because I just found out about this yesterday. So I don't know a whole lot about them. I'm just reading off this piece of paper here. Apparently they have a unique mechanism of action. They're called DORAs. I guess that's maybe they target a certain receptor. I don't know exactly which receptor. Again, I apologize. Oh, orexin. Okay, so DORAs offer a unique mechanism of action whereby wake-promoting orexin expressing neurons are blocked. So they block, I guess, the wake-promoting neurons or nerves, you know. And then it says current agents work by enhancing sleep-promoting substances, GABA, histamine. Okay. Oh yeah, we talked about. So yeah. So okay. So basically, they block these neurons, in our brain, these nerve cells, right, that are kind of promoting wakeful state of ours. They block that, and they're saying that not only do they do that, but they don't have that sort of nasty sort of supposedly, studies have shown they don't have that nasty daytime grogginess or unwanted amnestic sleep behaviors that you see, like with the drugs I mentioned before, or like the Ambiens or the Benadryls or whatever. So supposedly they're cleaner. These side effects have not been observed to date with DORAs. Recent studies have also suggested a favorable safety profile for DORAs, especially among elderly users. Wow. From an attention, alertness, and cognitive standpoint. Oh my goodness, this is great. This is good stuff. This is me perfect for them also because they're a little more sensitive to these medications, elderly population. So it's very difficult because factoring cardiac, maybe their cardiac function is compromised. They're at more increased risk for falls, and so on. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not here to lie or sort of fake anything. I didn't hear about this at all. I've been very busy the past couple of years. Apparently this has been out for a couple of years. I know some of my colleagues haven't heard of this, but hey, I'm going to definitely look more into this. It's a newer drug, and I honestly think the reason why I didn't hear is because I don't know. I would be surprised if insurance companies actually will cover it. It just sounds kind of too good to be true. One of those things. Personally, I would call up. If you're having problems with insomnia and you've tried anything under the sun, yeah, call the insurance company if you have good insurance. Hey, I heard about these two medications, suvorexant, whatever, or the lemborexant. Do you guys is it covered in my insurance? And see what they say. I know there's different kinds of insurances out there. In my experience, I've noticed like a lot of times, especially like for example, the military. I know they have great insurance because they go through a lot. They've been through a lot. So maybe in these medications are improved, like in TRICARE, their insurance, or I don't know about other insurance like Blue Cross. But that's also a technique that if I were going to see a doctor or a nurse practitioner or a PA, ahead of time, I would kind of do my homework first. If you're like tried all these medications, the common ones I've mentioned, like the Benadryls and Ambiens and whatnot. But yeah, call ahead of time your insurance company and see, because the providers are not going to go ahead and on the back end call for you. They're very, very busy, to be honest, right? So, hey, if it's approved, then that might be something you can consider, because this actually kind of looks promising, but it's still too early, I think. Not a lot, at least I don't know much about it, so I don't want to really comment too much about it. But basically, those are all kind of like the options that I know of, how I tackle and treat insomnia. Now, what I do usually is I kind of like look at the individual, and if I have to go with the medication, if it's nothing environmental or medical, and I have to go with medication, I kind of like to kill 2 or 3 birds with one stone. If it's the ADHD kid who's very impulsive and just having a hard time sleeping at night because he or she's bouncing all over the place, clonidine, boom, bada bing, bada boom. What about the very anxious person who's just really thinking at night, so anxious and so worried and so on, and sheer anxiety? I kind of lean more towards like a visceral or hydroxyzine, because it can help with blocking the histamine to create the sleep effect that you want, desire, and it can target the anxiety. Or something like gabapentin also can target both sleep and anxiety. Or if, for example, there's a lot of situations where someone maybe have a lot of sleep problems, insomnia, because they have untreated or subtreated, bipolar or depression. Maybe you want to go ahead and better target the depression better. So maybe something like, if they're already on an antidepressant, or if it's not working, if there's no contraindications, maybe as an adjunct, something to help better, with the treatment-resistant depression, such as like trazodone, or and I'm not here to go ahead and give anyone advice and say this is what you should do, but I'm just talking in generalities that you got to look at the individual, and you kind of individualistically want to go ahead and figure out what sort of game plan, what sort of symptoms you're trying to target. Otherwise, it becomes like just throwing this medication, that medication, this medication. Next, Johnny or Sally is always polypharmacy going on, and become a big mess. When you have polypharmacy, you create new symptoms and you create new issues, and so on. I also like, as a rule of thumb, I don't know, I kind of like to start at the bottom and kind of go up, the top, kind of like Drake, like just start at the bottom all the way to the top. So I kind of like to start first with melatonin. A lot of people just, bypass melatonin. They don't even try it out. I mean, sometimes our brain might not produce melatonin. Try that, see how it works. I've seen some folks respond to as high as 15 milligrams of melatonin. You may want to go, and again, I'm not giving particular advice to anyone here, but there's always options. There's always things. Melatonin doesn't work. Then I kind of like to think, okay, maybe I don't know, Benadryl or something. I like to first look at the least harsh ones, and then kind of go upwards. And then I kind of save toward the very end the more kind of harsher ones, the stronger ones, to say, like the trazodones and the Seroquels and Zyprexa, that sort of thing. I don't do benzos usually. There's always the Ambiens, also the tail end. I also have kind of done like combination, like just basically just trying to figure out a combination. And a lot of times in my back pocket, I'll use that. I'll whip out that melatonin card. Like, for example, if they try like this sleep medication you got started, it's not working. I've seen a lot of success in my sort of clinical practice, to where I said, okay, it was working, now it's not working. Maybe as an add-on, just add maybe like a low-dose melatonin, just to kind of piggyback on that. And actually, synergistically speaking, together, it works. So you got to kind of, it's all trial and error. A lot of psychiatry is all trial and error. A lot of this is just, it's very difficult, because you're trying this, you're trying that, you're trying this. Then you got to look at all these other factors I mentioned. There's so many different dynamics involved. But if you have like a good provider who's willing to work with you, who's willing to go ahead and, I don't say experiment, but go ahead and, listen to your needs, and figure out what would be best suited for you. Keeping a sleep journal, a sleep log, that can also be helpful. We do that for blood pressure, right? A lot of times we have to record our blood pressures and go back to our doctors and PAs or whoever, and nurse practitioners, and say, hey, these are our blood pressure readings. A sleep log also can be helpful. Looking at any sort of antecedents prior to nights where you don't sleep well, and identifying that, and maybe looking at that and trying to change or modify or target that, and try to fix that problem that way. So there's just many ways around it. Like I said, this insomnia, in my experience, again, I've only come across maybe 5 to 10% of places where I think it's really idiopathic, origins unknown. Most of the time, there's something that is creating it, whether they're sleeping a lot, taking naps during the day, or they're not in an optimal room where they're sleeping properly, or there's some sort of medical issue that's not addressed, or maybe, also another good thing I like to tell my clients, my patients is, hey, optimize your environment. Not only do you want to go ahead and create the optimal setting when you sleep at night to where you shut down, your phones and your TVs and so there, but, what about like during the summertime when it's like warmer? Go ahead and take walks out. That can definitely tire you out. So you may find that I've had some clients, some patients who the term is called a drug holiday. It's kind of like ADHD, where like children, I kind of like to tell parents, okay, if Johnny or Sally is not doing any homework or doesn't require the medication, then there's really no need. If you can handle them on the weekends, if they can bounce around, you can go ahead and just give them on just the school days kind of thing. Likewise with these insomnia cases that I see, if I know that, for example, summer is coming up, like right now it's May, I'm not right now with my clients, my patients, I'm not too much worried about this insomnia, because I know that to my advantage and to the patient's advantage, I know that it's going to get warmer no matter what part of the country you're at. It's getting warmer, it's getting hotter. So that can definitely make you sort of tired. So there may not be a need to have to go ahead and be on medication around the clock, around the year, 365 days a year. So it's basically that sort of thing. But yeah, that's basically all really insomnia, the treatment, and so on. I just thought this was a pretty good, important topic. Something that's very, very interesting. Again, something that's not really talked about. And all right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll just open the line for any sort of questions or anything. If anyone wants to call in, you don't have to. I took a little longer. Wow, it's been an hour. My gosh, who would have thought? But I thought it was pretty informative. I thought we covered it. How do we do this here? How do we do? Okay, so I don't even know. I haven't done this in a long, long time. Oh, I was supposed to do this. Banner. There's my banner. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, how do I do this? Okay, I don't even know how to call or how to go ahead and comments. Okay, Oh, invite, maybe invite. Here we go, copy to clipboard. If anyone wants to go ahead, no worries, no pressure. There's right there. If anyone wants to call in, have any questions, no need to be a stranger. I can also answer questions here up in this chat. No problem. I know it's like an hour in. We still got a little more gas in the tank, I guess. All right. So, all right. I guess I'll go to the comments. And by the way, thank you guys who have joined tonight. I thought it was pretty informative. At least I hope it was. All right. So I guess I'll go to the comments then and see what I can go ahead and do. And just boom, boom, boom. All right. So, all right. Yes. Wahoo. Okay. Hey, yeah. Thanks to the crowd. Hey, thank you. I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back. Thank you so much, Oscar de Grouch. Die Hard. That right there, Oscar de Grouch. Die Hard. Die Hard. Love it. Love it. Same with Gabby. Gabby Hay. Die Hard. I love it. Everyone here is a Die Hard of this channel fan. Meow. What happened to your name? Wasn't it Excuse Meow? What happened? Stacy P. Yes. All right, cool. Okay. Yep. Kane. All right. Good time. Good to see you. Exactly. Okay. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Boom. All right. I'm just going down these comments really fast. Okay. Good to see new people too. Sophie, Raspberry. All right. Okay. I try my hardest. But I woke up early this morning. I woke up early. But all right. Positive vibes, that's all this channel is all about. Of course, yes, that's all this channel is all about. You're going to see this. If you're new to this channel, high energy, high intensity, high passion. That's all we do here in this channel. And learn. I hope you can learn from this. Hopefully this video, when you kick back and relax, if you're new to this, if you're new right now catching this, just watch the first hour. That's really the content. Now it's me just going through comments. And I am back, definitely for sure. No, I didn't go anywhere fun. No, not really. Okay, insomnia does suck. All right. We can't go to bed because hey, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon. I'll tell you when I have to go to bed. I'm not gonna go ahead. I remember one time I did like 7 hours or something like that, or 5 hours or something. I said no more, but next thing you know, it was like 7 hours. I was like, experimenting with it, like a mad scientist, experimenting. I was so excited. Yes, good to see you. Plenty more of these, by the way. Plenty more. The goal is to teach teach. There's gonna be fun videos also, interesting, controversial stuff too. Very disturbing content. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna do some disturbing content. I don't know if my video is gonna be banned. There's just so many different things we can go ahead and experiment with. It's kind of sad because I went ahead and I put the notification yesterday for this video, and what happened was immediately, like I saw like one person drop from the subscriber list. It's like it went boom, and then today like 2 more. And something. Okay, whoa. I guess they don't like the fact that I said this is not a T channel. This is a T channel. I guess some people don't like education. I don't know. All right, I like education though. Education, yes. All right. I work. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, definitely can throw you off that whole intermittent night shift for sure. I am going to guess that probably you might be in the healthcare field, but I don't know. But anyways, all right. Let's see here. I guess I have it. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. Night shift tough. Yep. It is definitely tough. All right. Cool. All right. I had it since childhood and used to get so anxious when I was yeah. Exactly. A lot of anxiety, insomnia is related to neurosis. A lot of it can also be developmental too. I never mentioned that, but it can be developmentally speaking too. You may have that more so earlier in your life as opposed to later, where you kind of get more accustomed to interpersonal experiences and whatnot, and kind of get more accustomed to the world, that kind of thing. All right. Okay. Let's see here. I can't stop my thoughts fall asleep even when I'm a small child. Yep. Some of us also, I don't know what you, but like some of us also, like we're just so wired like to work, like just work. And I'm kind of guilty of that. I'm always like working, and I'm sort of guilty of that also. It's just the way it is. But yeah, all right. Yeah, sleep was impossible back then. Yep. HPB, not sure what that is. Sounds like a printer. All right. Gabby, yes, I remember. Sleep hours at friends and families and be miserable just laying there unable to fall asleep. Yep. Yes. All right. Hello, Penny Lane. Yes, I like your name, by the way. I'm a huge diehard Beatles fan. Hopefully your name is after the Beatles. Love the Beatles. They are the greatest band ever. No doubt about that. There's no competition. I will go ahead and debate anyone. I will fight to the end for that. No, they're the best though. All right. Yes, Penny Lane. Yes. All right. Stress. All right. He is back. I am definitely back. Miss you guys too. All right. Let's just keep going. All right. I cannot turn my brain at all. This is like a comment fast, or this is like Psych Guy Mini. This is like speed rounds, speed comments. There we go. Can't turn my brain up at all. I have stress with dealing with cancer. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Keeper. My deepest condolences go out to you. I know it can be very difficult. Just the path, the journey I've dealt, I've seen, even people close to me. So definitely thoughts and prayers go out to you, and you're struggling your ordeal. Definitely, we're with you for sure. All right. Hi everyone. My mind is like a broken record that never seems to quit and not coming some worse. Yep. I think also, it's kind of weird because you don't read this in the textbooks. You don't find this in journals or whatnot. But I think that I really do believe that some people are more kind of owls and night owls and kind of sort of geared that way. There's nothing scientific what I'm saying right now, but I kind of believe that that's also sort of a factor that's really there. All right, hey Angel, hey, good to see you. All right, yes, hello, yes, another diehard long term right there. All right, that sucks to see the clock when I cannot sleep. Right, yes. Well, yeah, that's right. We talked about melatonin for sure. That's right. Melatonin is definitely in the back pocket, always there. Pull out for sure. I like it. I'm a huge fan of it. All right, cool, boom. All right. Did you call me docs? Was this like docs? Please, no, there's no doxing here. No, no doxing. No, please, no, no doxing. All right. That's like the #1 word, by the way. Like, I kid you not, like all of these like T channels, for some reason, like doxing, sad fishing, what else? Narrative. There's always like these buzzwords, and this always comes, like, no, I don't want to be part of any of that. No. All right, boom, okay. All right, so, okay. Yes, variances are very good. Thank you, Amanda C. Definitely for sure. Right on. Yes, horrible stuff. Yes, regular lesions, correct. Ambien is considered a sleep hypnotic. It's not a benzo. All right. But like I said before, if you caught me in the very beginning or in the middle, long-term usage of Ambien can kind of lead to that effect to where it can kind of have that sort of benzo effect where you have a habituation, dependency, withdrawal, tolerance, nasty side effects, it's the whole nine. So yeah. All right. Yep, they definitely are abused. All right. I'm just keep going. Okay. Yes, highly addictive. Yes, I agree. Should be only used in emergency stuff. Yes, we are thinking on the same wavelength. All right. All right. Hey, hasn't seen you in a while. So glad you are live. Hey, good to be live. I'm gonna try to do this more frequently. You know, I know it's kind of I know. Excuse me. I know. There's this coffee right here. All right. I should stop drinking it. And I know there's all these choices to go live. You can go to this person's chat or that person's chat or this person. So I really feel honored that there's some people here that actually want to kind of learn something, you know, and grow from this, you know. So that's pretty inspirational, and thank you so much. All right, where was I? Okay, you're live. Okay, I've heard people driving something. Yep. No, maybe for me. Yeah, exactly. All right. That's going to work for a little while, but not anymore. Yeah, you can get that sort of effect where you get sort of it can work and you tolerate to it, and then so you've got to go to the next step. But if you work with a provider who's good and knows what they're doing, you work together and they can get to the happy sort of medium. And what's the other one? Ramelteon. Ramelteon is the other one with the R. That is a melatonin receptor agonist. Basically, does the same thing, essentially similar to like melatonin. All right. Okay. I have severe RLS and the treatment that is working. Yeah. Look. Look. I mean, definitely for sure. I'm not saying that, Klonopin or saying here methadone, Klonopin, Flexeril. These are bad medications or drugs, or whatever. Definitely has its time and place in every kind of situation. So yeah, I mean, I'm guessing probably you've tried other things. I guess got to that point where you're on this sort of combination, concoction, regimen, whatever you want to call it, of medication. So I'm definitely not here to go ahead and bash any of the medications or people, who are on these medications. Not saying that it's, these are bad folks that are on it or anything like that. But I get it. There's conditions to where it's so severe, and these medications really are the ones that only work and so on. So I've had cases like that too, where I had no choice to go ahead and prescribe the controlled substances. So yeah, I totally get it for sure. All right, yeah, how hardworking enough to make this handle, baby? Yes. All right. Oh, cool. We got an RN. I think we have a lot of folks in the medical field. I think this channel is kind of attractive. Sort of a lot of folks in the medical field who want to learn. I've kind of noticed that, so it's pretty cool. I think at the very beginning, I had like a lot of these like kids, no disrespect or anything like that, but a lot of these like folks that are just more interested in the, I don't know, causing trouble and name calling. And I think over time, we've kind of weeded out sort of like the folks that realize, okay, this channel is more kind of going to better your life and going to help improve your knowledge and so on. And I think those kind of, which is fine with me, and that's cool that I'm honored to be having other folks who are in the healthcare field or not. So just Amanda C, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Good day. Hey, good day. Yes. All right. Yes. Good day. Good to see you. Another diehard. We've actually had a lot of conversations in terms of calling in and so on. No pressure or anything like that, but very intellectual. Everyone here seems very, very intellectual, and on top of it, the 14 here, I appreciate that. Yes, they are orexin receptor antagonists. This is something that definitely I have here written down. I'm going to do a little more research tomorrow, or probably over the weekend when I have some time. Definitely, they are new to me also, and I'm so glad that I'm doing this video. Did this video because otherwise I would probably not have even heard of this. To be honest with you, I don't know how much, So cool that it's good to like learn new stuff, and I'm learning new stuff all the time. All right. The first time I heard this message, yeah, the same thing with me. That's the same thing with me. So you're not alone for sure. You're not sure. Okay, boom. Okay. Louise, you're saying my mom is broken down. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. All right. All right. Okay, I'll be okay, cool. Okay, we're here, please. All right. I've only heard of melatonin, but I don't take anything for sleep. But I do love to hear you live. The only way I let me sleep is hot. Hey. Great point there, Solinina. I didn't even talk about this at all, but yeah, anything kind of non-pharmacological in that sort of aspect, warm milk, hot baths, hot tea in a new situation. Yeah, I mean, if that definitely gets you more relaxed to the point to where you sort of decrease the arousal state and you're more, in more of a sedative type of state. So yeah, definitely more power to you for sure. I'm a big fan, like I said in the beginning, of anything that's non-pharmacological for sure. Okay, I think about something. I have like a all right, right on, cool. We have a success story marathon. Okay, all right, right on, good stuff. All right. That's another about remember the brand and other brand work. I have no insurance doc. Oh no, oh no. There's actually like clinics out there that will take folks with no insurance. I don't know, it depends on where you live and so on. But there's also connected to those clinics patient assistance programs to where they can provide medications for free. You may not have a big choice, but still, you know, they may have certain medications set aside to where if you qualify, we have no insurance and you're not, you know, not working and, you know, indigent and so on. Again, I don't know anyone's situation is here, but mental health is always out there, or at least, you know, it's out there. I wish it was more out there, to be honest, but don't give up. Just look around and you'll be surprised because there's help around the corner for sure. All right, okay, all right, the cutter, all right, okay, we're just going on. We were just going on this. Oh, right. Where am I? Where am I? I'm going to. Okay, here we go. Keeping oneself busy. Yeah, that's right. Bike ride. Yeah, absolutely. Keeping oneself mind sort of activated and stimulated to where they can go ahead and they get tired for sure. All right. Not sure what that is. Okay, but. It looks like something that you'd see like in a government sort of, I don't know, some sort of secretive sort of document like, uh-oh, we gotta get out of here. I'm in trouble here. All right, one of those like government kind of code words. All right, on the Heat Texas miserable Miss Mountains. All right, Benadryl maybe, yeah, I can. Yeah, definitely. Benadryl's one of those medications for sleep. I'm not gonna lie, a no cap, but definitely out of all the sleep medications I mentioned, I think Benadryl's like number one on the list to where it has like the most sort of complaint of opposite effect or opposite, or you know, just does you know the opposite of what we want it to do. You know, we want you to go to sleep, but I've had a lot of folks say the opposite thing. So yeah, I mean here, go up and irritated. So that's another boom, you know, right there. All right. Yep, I don't like Benadryl either. All right, cool. Okay, there's my link here. If anyone wants to click it, all right, you don't have to though. I'm going down to the comments. All right. Hey, no problem. Hey, the party. It's always good to see you. Don't worry, we got another good. I don't know. We'll just go through these comments, but. No worries. Glad that you're here, Linda the Graph. Linda Graph, definitely, probably one of the first Psych Guy. I think, yeah, probably. I think one of the first subscribers, I believe. Great content, recommendations, and so on. Got me involved with the whole Michael Long case. Remember that, the Michael Long case? What happened to that guy? Anyways, that was like one of those cases that was kind of obvious, you know, like from the beginning. I was like trying to like stretch it. I'm not here to lie, okay? Like it was kind of too obvious to me, like. Right, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like it was like so like okay that person. I'm like okay, let me just stretch it for 4 videos. I think like I made 4 or 5 videos. I just stretch it out, just going to know. But I didn't profit though. I didn't profit. Okay, all I want is just I'm just looking for more subs. I'm being honest. I'm just trying to grow this channel, to grow this empire, right? Just go ahead and expand and spread the word so you can teach and you know people can learn. That's my interest. I'm not here to charge anyone. I'm not here asking for any sort of super chats or any sort of you know selling any sort of merchandise or anything like that. I'm just here to do this. I did these 4 videos on this Michael Long, and so obvious, dude. But anyway, sorry. Anyways, I shouldn't be laughing, but it was just so like, wow. I can't believe like people just really like ran with it like for like months and months. I can understand in the beginning, maybe like okay, we might have believed in but come on. I mean, after a month, it seemed like okay, nothing was. Anyways, I'm just okay. All right. That's right, Psych Guy is here. Yes, Psych Guy. All right. Hooray. Thank you. Much love to you guys. All right. We keep going on here. Good content. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can't stay late. Okay, no problem. Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, Linda. Hope you're recovering well. Hopefully your surgery went successful. Hopefully the healing process goes well. Sorry, but thank you for coming out. Don't know why you're going to come out to hear about this, but maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe it'll apply to you now. Insomnia. You know, maybe you might be having some pain. So maybe, hopefully, they got you on some opiates to where you won't have any pain, so you won't have any insomnia. All right, there we go. All right, love to learn. Yes, definitely. I do love to teach here. All right, so which one? Ramelteon, Ramelteon, Ramelteon. Yes, that's something. 8 milligrams. I think it only comes in like in one dosage, 8 milligrams. I don't have much experience in it, to be honest, but it is there. I have more experience in melatonin. All right, but Ramelteon I heard, okay, it's not bad. Melatonin receptor agonist, so I'm happy with that now. All right. This is a throwback reading through the comments from the top. I know, right? I know exactly. I'm going through the comments. Old school right here. We just keep going down, boom, boom, from the top, all the way top, boom, down. We're now reverse draking it now. We're start from the top now to the bottom. Reverse drake here. This is like the reverse drake effect. All right. I can only sleep while in my bed and home. I have a horrible time on other beds. I know, right? Exactly. I know. Thank you. All right. Me too. All right. Here we go. I'm blind. I got it's next to the sea. What? I don't know what that means. But okay, cool. Hey, no, you guys rock. Thank you guys for spending here. The 11 folks that are still remaining here. All right, Vile's not a problem. Vile's not a problem. Oh, okay, Vile. Okay, yes. We should come up with a list. Doxing, Vile, sad fishing. Like I should like to make a title, like just like my next video. Doxing creates vile atmosphere, sad fishing is part of this, question mark, or something like that, I should do that, I bet you being a lot of people, like in terms of like, instead of, I don't do any tags for my videos, but like just having like doxing, vile, sad fishing, just all of these like things, ding, 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 like basically like have like a lot of folks all come. Oh, wow. Okay, drama is another one, or I don't know. That would definitely my view count would go. I don't care about that. All right. Here we go. Hey, yeah, no problem. I'll be sleeping soon too. Yes. All right. I'm drinking coffee too. I know, right? A long day in the back. Hey, hope you don't drink any 40s though. Okay, no, sorry. All right. It's a hormone, not a neurotransmitter. Yes, it is melatonin. I'm thinking you're very okay. I hate that. Okay, I love the positive exchange of info. Larry. Oh yeah. There we go. Yes, I see. This is something that I'm kind of weak in, to be honest. Like the alternative kind of Eastern. I should know complementary type blend root. All this stuff is something I got to really bone up on. But yeah. I mean, I'll take your word for it. You definitely seem like you're on top of things. So I actually tried that. Actually, yeah. Okay. All right. Got that. Okay. Of course, I can't read because my chicken's fat. Let's say Valerie. What is it? Like a Steve Winwood song here? Okay. Valerian and Valerian Root. Well, Valerie's a great song. Steve Winwood. That's like a hot song. All right. People are like, what the Steven? I can see like some person like actually Googling like Steve Winwood, right now. All right. Hot song. All right. Yes, combined. Okay, I'll definitely try that out for sure. I know, right. Yes, exactly. I was talking about that. I know, right? The Michael Long game. Maybe he's watching right now. Who knows? I don't know. I wish him the best of luck. But yeah, I wish him the best of luck. I mean, that's all I can say. I don't know. Is that even still going on? I have no idea. But all right. I remember, unfortunately. This and never ending. Speaking of time, the new word streets these days in the northern Texas. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Why does he do that? I don't know the details. Why would he do that? Maybe there's a continuation of the thing that we suspect that was going on all along. Just a promotion of that phenomenon. Hint. Maybe. All right. You had a test incision way back. That's right. Anision. I remember that. This is like bring back memories here. Anision. I totally remember. Yes. What happened to that guy? Also, like last time I checked, he's like a cartoon porn thing or something. Yeah. Anision. I'm not gonna lie. Also, Anision. Actually, I have to respect the guy because without him, this channel would not have grown. Seriously, in the beginning, no joke, this channel was like really small. But when I started doing the Anision videos, that's the key. If you guys want to go ahead and start your own YouTube channel, all you gotta do, the secret is just take a popular topic, just pick whatever someone's talking about, and just do videos on it. And even if you don't like the topic, like the Anision, I thought that some of the videos I did was helpful. I like the drawing videos myself. Those were my favorite Anision videos that I did. I love drawing analysis. That's what I really liked about it. But so a lot of the other videos, like kind of at some point you guys want kind of repetitive and sort of we get the drift. Okay, we get it. But no, seriously, man, that's where my views. I guess they love Onision. I guess folks love it, and that's why I wonder, like people that who are dropping out of my channel now, like unsubscribing, like the ones that unsubscribed yesterday and day before yesterday. You know, even after I'm posting this video, so I'm going to go live. I think somebody's still maybe Onision fans. They realize, okay, this guy's not talking about this guy anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if they. Can you imagine them still talking about Onision like 30 years from now? The guy's like in his mid 60s or something. They're probably still talking about him. Who knows? It probably will happen. I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me. But it's just kind of sad. Like, okay, at some point, all right. Yeah, Onision. I remember that Onision. Yeah. I know, right? But I respect Onision because without Onision, I probably would not be here sitting in front of you good people. Probably this channel will be still small, tiny, less than 100 viewers or whatever. That's a secret, yeah. I miss out on a lot of opportunities. Like there's like situations where like because I'm so busy, like I was going on a good streak. Like I was picking popular folks. I think I did like a Shane Dawson video once. Boom, a lot of subscribers. I did another like Jeffree Star. Boom, a lot of subscribers. There was one opportunity where, what was her name? It was Trisha Paytas, I think was her name. I was gonna do a video. She was like the hot topic of the hour, and everyone was talking about her. I was gonna do a video on that, which got a lot, but I was so busy with work. Of course, I'm not gonna go ahead and put Trisha Paytas over my work, right, or my family obligations. Yeah, every week there's always something. This is a new topic, and that's the key to success. If you want to go ahead and start a YouTube channel, just start doing videos on any sort of topic that's popular. Trust me, you're gonna get that 1,000 subscribers like that. I mean, a lot of folks want to go ahead and get monetized, get that 1,000 subscribers. I'm not interested in that. I'm not even monetized. I'm past 1,000 subscribers. But if you want to go ahead and do that, hey, more power to you. But that's the way to do it, right there. Reverse strike, I know, right? Onision, exactly. Thank you. Go to the bottom. Okay, what is this? What is the psychological profile behind? What is the psychological profile beyond? I can't even think because my mind is like, what is the psycho? I can't even read here. What is the psychological profile behind someone who knows that they have done something wrong but are extremely averse to being held accountable by others? That's kind of like a loaded question, seriously, because there's like so many different ways you can kind of answer that. And so there's so many situations. So I really can't, I mean, I want to answer it, but then again, I don't know how to answer it. Because someone who knows that they know they've done something wrong, but they're extremely averse to being held by others, Yeah, there's this. I got to have a more specific example because I just can't answer it right now, especially being myself a little sleep deprived. But someone who knows that he does the wrong, aversive. Probably the psychological profile, though, they're probably going to be more sort of like in these sort of cluster B sort of traits, more sort of manipulative, and they want to sort of avoid lack of accountability. That sort of thing. So it's more kind of leaning towards like sort of the antisocial sort of profile, sociopathic profile. If that's what your question is asking. I think that's, I don't know, but more details. All right. And you and I discussed this on Toby Long and Dream Street. Oh. Right. You guys are. Sorry. All right. Dream Street. I don't know how to even answer this question. But okay, yes. Not even a question. Dream Street was a hotbed. Dream Street has some songs that were fire, okay? I actually put up a song on one of my videos. I think it was like the third was the blue video? Yeah, I think it was the blue video, but yeah, rest in peace, Chris from Dream Street. I don't even know his name. Dream Street, that song, What Happens Every Time, is fire. They have a couple other songs that's fire. Seriously, a lot of bangers. Nothing wrong with boy bands, for sure. One of my guilty pleasures, love that stuff. Very catchy, very poppy. All right, I'm ready for that live. Okay, I'm ready for that live. I don't know what live I'm talking about, but all right, cool. We're just gonna keep going. All right, major updates tonight. Actually, Psych Guy, major updates tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do, by the way, Delusion 2. I don't know if anyone's a big fan of that Delusion series. I am myself. I love it. The first one, that's like my favorite video out of all of them. I have done Delusion a couple of dry runs. The content was just, the video is going to be taken down from YouTube, I think. It was just too, so I'm probably have to bleep it out. someone's probably gonna have to go ahead and put a disclaimer. I don't even know how to do it myself. I would do it like over 18 and above can watch this video, like adults, because the content is kind of very it's not I don't want teenagers or kids watching the video. Delusion 2. It's got a lot of racy. I mean, there's three true stories, and it's in the same vein as my Delusion 1 video, where there are 3 true stories. But Delusion 2 is definitely much more racier, and yeah, I was gonna put it out, but it was just too dangerous, and I didn't. I axed it. But that's the other update here. But I'm working on that. I'm back to the drawing board. It's coming though. It's coming. And it's still going on. Yes, still going on. Yes. Get a drink more coffee. All right. His soon-to-be third ex-wife testified against him as his mom custody case. They're probably coaching. Oh, okay. Hey, I mean, I'm not saying that C word is happening, but then again, I'm not ruling that out. So I'm not. I wonder if there's any people from the day one who still believe, like, SA. Seriously, I wonder if there are still people out there who are like, oh yeah, definitely SA's happening, and meanwhile, like, there's like no evidence of, anyways. But then again, how many wires does one guy need? I don't know. What is this like? Is this like David Koresh or something? I don't know. All right. Let me see him back in the news. He's back in the news. Lately, Chris Hansen produced a show about him streaming out. Oh, okay. Ona Plus channel. All right. Not sure what that is, but okay. All right. Why would anyone seriously watch? I did videos on him, so I really can't say much. But at some point, though, when you become like a cartoon porn, what? I think once you become like cartoon porn, you like lose all credibility. Like whatever credibility was there, it's like, like seriously, like why do people still pay attention to this guy? Like that's like my question. I can analyze everything, like not everything, but most everything. But this right here, like I cannot analyze. I mean, I don't understand this. Why would people watch this guy who's a cartoon porn? He became a cartoon porn guy, and then like I don't know. Anyways, all right. I think the problem is because it makes him feel better, like because he's struggling, and maybe a lot of folks also who like him are also in the same sort of maybe sort of guilt by association. I don't know. Yes, a little question. Yes. Okay, I can't remember this. Okay, we're quickly going fast. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Thank you. Okay. The person who is averse to accountability referring to the biggest YouTuber who covered ML and what's his post? Who's the biggest YouTuber who covered ML? I'm trying to remember who the biggest YouTuber. The biggest YouTuber I know is David. Jake Paul. Is that him? Paul Jake? Or anyways, I didn't know he covered the case, but wow, I guess he must have been born like me. All right, cool. All right, we are running. Okay, Insomnia in real life. Okay, Aaron, Discovery Plus. Okay, I will go ahead and something I will not watch. Okay, no. Okay, something I will watch if I'm so bored. Insomnia in real life. Okay, Insomnia in real life. If I have nothing to do, I will watch this. Okay, Insomnia in real life. Okay, you just Google it. Okay, Insomnia in real life. Hopefully, it's something entertaining. It definitely won't be educational. All right, that's what KC said to KC and the Sunshine Band. All right, there it is. His name is Tim McGraw. All right, we just keep going down. All right, there's something according to believe is Wow. And I think that's just trying to save face. I personally think, honestly, these folks that are still believing it are folks, honestly, that probably have given money. That have probably, given maybe a lot of money, or, because I know for myself, if I were to go ahead, like, for example, like I invest in stocks. If I were to go ahead and invest a lot of money in a stock, and if it goes down, I would just go ahead and just have a lot of hope, oh my God, it's going to go back up. When I know that, okay, the stock probably doesn't have the fundamentals, it sucks, I made a mistake, I bet you probably there's something like that, because I can't see why anyone would still, at this point in time, yeah, Okay. 10 to life. 10 to life. Oh, I think I know who that is. That's yeah. If that's that person I know, yeah, that was the one that was kind of mixing. That was the one that I didn't like because kind of coming into my territory, which I don't mind. But if you're gonna step into the psych ring, you gotta really know what you're talking about. Don't spread false kind of thing. Was saying like mixing things like psychotic and catatonic, and didn't really know using terms and so on. Listen, look, just go ahead and stick to the T, okay? Let the big boys and girls handle the psych stuff. All right, okay. That was the only beef I had with this person. I don't know her. Yeah, it's a her. It's a she. I think that's the same person that was saying that. And I just can't stand folks that would just profit. And I don't know if it's true if this person has profited off of this case or anyone who's profited off this case. I mean, you do you, but I'm just not cool with that. I mean, I will demonetize the videos for a reason, and especially when it involves like a little girl. That's just who I am. But anyways, is that, why would you even pay money? You can only pay parties just for the deal. It's just he's an interesting guy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He's very kind of like I mean, he's someone that basically. I mean, I don't find him. Look, if I saw him at a bar, if I was bored, if we was okay, have a beer, fine. But after like having like a beer with him. And realizing, okay, this guy's talking about himself, and I would say, okay, dude, see ya. I mean, I don't find, I mean, some of the stuff makes me a little interesting. It seems like he's kind of stuck in 2008 with the emo thing. I don't know. I don't know. But I do thank him though. I have to admit though, I did. He did help me out though. Strange too. So okay, all right, no problem, no problem. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, nothing against that person, but I just I don't know, yeah. I think your folks are really positive emotion because they made shot lines, binary thinking. Yes, for sure, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, I hope you get you. All right, we are coming down. Okay, so free scan. Yes. All right, we are okay. Then I watch the reaction videos on nothing. All right, very good. Okay, well, hey guys, listen. Thank you guys so much. Anyone want to call? Let me do one last time. If anyone wants to jump in, you don't have to. No pressure. I'm not here to force anyone. But if anyone wants to go ahead and jump in, the water is not cold. One last time. We're going to do more of this. If you're new here, I think a lot of folks left. But if you're new here, just catch the first hour. I'm going to put that also down below in the description. Just catch the first hour. The rest of it is just me going through comments, which is not really that. I mean, it's okay, but really the main part of this video is to learn. All right. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. It has been really a pleasure seeing you guys. We are going to do this again. Let's see. I'm trying to think of when the next time. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and think of some other topics we can talk about, teaching topics, next time, I may not even announce. I may just pop up. I don't even care if it's like 2 people or 1 person, to be honest. I may just keep talking, So if you haven't hit that notification bell, whatever thing, go ahead and hit it. What else did they say? Oh, the thumbs up thing. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, go ahead and hit thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I don't even know what that means, but that's what they all say. Let's see, what else they say. Oh, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Okay. Oh, no, so sorry. No problem. Anytime you want to go ahead. No pressure. Oh, wow. Oral surgery. Ouch. Yes. Not fun. So sorry. Understand. Okay. Hey, don't stay gone so long, please. Oh, yeah, no problem. No. I'm gonna do this again. But next time, I don't even know if I'm gonna even announce. To be honest, I may just pop up, like I said, and talk about something that sort of fancy. I don't even care if it's like 1 or 2 people, because you guys can catch it on the replay also. But it's gonna be more educational stuff like this. I'm gonna probably do like a series of this, boom, different topics. And then my other videos I'll do. Delusion 2 is definitely on the corner. I want to kind of delve also into more disturbing content, more interesting content that is really you don't see much about. That kind of is very fascinating, interesting. So a lot of good things going on. Smash. Oh, right on. Cool. Thank you, Angel A, for smashing it. Thank you so much for smashing the likes. That's what they all say, smash the likes. I don't even know. It helps the YouTube algorithm, whatever that is, even though like the algorithm is probably not even geared for Psych Guy. This is like a really underground channel. Not a lot of folks have heard about it. It's a little quirky channel, but at the end of the day, though, after today, after this video, you can't say you didn't learn at least something. Honestly, I think I know I've learned something from this video. If I learned something, then I think hopefully you might have learned a thing or two at least. That's the goal of it. First hour, definitely check out. Until then, guys, gals, thank you so much. I love you guys, gals. I will see you in the next video, and we will talk then. You take care. Have a great night. Peace. Oh, and rock